The hidden cost of safety. In the heart of a bustling metropolis, the skyscraping towers of corporate giants cast long shadows over the streets, symbolizing progress and security. Yet beneath the surface, a different narrative unfolded, one of hidden costs, compromised safety, and the unseen consequences of our relentless pursuit of protection. The story begins with Maya, a young engineer working for a leading tech firm, tasked with developing a cutting-edge surveillance system designed to make the city safer. The project, codenamed Eyes Wide Open, promised real-time monitoring, AI-driven threat detection, and the eradication of crime. But as Maya delved deeper into the code, she stumbled upon a troubling truth. The system's effectiveness hinged on the collection of vast amounts of personal data, blurring the lines between public safety and individual privacy. The pursuit of security, it seemed, came with a hidden cost: the erosion of freedom. Maya's discovery sparked an internal debate. Her colleagues were enthusiastic about the project's potential, but she couldn't shake the feeling that they were trading one danger for another. The system's capabilities, if misused, could lead to mass surveillance, targeting marginalized communities, and the suppression of dissent. The more she learned, the more she realized that the line between safety and control was thinner than anyone dared to admit. As she grappled with her conscience, the pressures of corporate expectations, and the lure of professional success weighed heavily on her. The city's safety hung in the balance, but at what cost? The narrative of the hidden cost of safety begins here, with Maya's awakening to the moral complexities of her work. It is a story of technology, ethics, and the choices we make in the name of security. As the story unfolds, the consequences of these choices will ripple through the lives of individuals, communities, and the very fabric of society. Maya's concerns about the Eyes Wide Open system didn't go unnoticed. Her project lead, Tom, called her into a closed-door meeting, his expression a mix of curiosity and warning. "Maya, we've seen your reservations about the data collection aspect. We understand your concerns, but let's be real. This system is going to make this city a safer place. We're talking about preventing crimes before they happen." Maya hesitated, knowing that the AI's predictive capabilities relied on patterns that could be flawed, biased, or even discriminatory. She pushed back. But what about the risk of false positives? What about the people who get caught in the system's net by mistake? Tom leaned in, his voice low. "Maya, sometimes progress requires tough choices. We're not just talking about technology. We're talking about lives saved, crimes prevented. Are you with us, or are you against it?" The pressure was palpable. Maya felt the weight of the decision bearing down on her. If she pushed too hard, she'd risk being sidetracked or worse, losing her job. But the alternative, staying silent, felt like complicity. As she left the meeting, doubts swirled in her mind. Who was she to decide what safety meant for others? But the faces of those potentially impacted lingered. People like Ali, a young artist mistakenly flagged by a similar system in another city, whose life was derailed by false accusations. Maya's internal conflict deepened. She knew she couldn't keep this to herself for long. Meanwhile, in the city's shadows, whispers of a hacktivist group, the Vigilantes, began circulating. They claimed to have infiltrated Eyes Wide Open's early testing phase, vowing to expose the system's flaws to the public. Maya's phone buzzed with an anonymous message. "The price of safety is too high. Are you willing to pay it?" The stakes had just been raised. Maya's days turned into a blur of coding, meetings, and restless nights. The Eyes Wide Open system was moving forward, with or without her full support. She continued to voice her concerns, but her warnings fell on ears more interested in the promise of security than the risks. The city's mayor, in a press conference, touted the system as a game changer in crime prevention, and the public bought into it. But Maya knew the truth. The system's Achilles heel was its potential for abuse. One night, as she pored over code in her dimly lit apartment, Maya received an encrypted file from an unknown sender. It was a dossier on the Vigilantes, detailing their plan to disrupt the systems, launch with a massive data leak. The message was clear: join them or be complicit. Maya felt trapped. Her instincts screamed that exposing the system's flaws was the right thing, but the consequences of going public were daunting. She thought of Ali, the artist, and countless others who might suffer if the system went live unchecked. The next day, Maya made a decision. She agreed to meet with a member of the Vigilantes in a deserted cafe on the outskirts of town. The person she met was masked, their voice distorted. "We have the proof," they said, "but we need someone on the inside to make sure it gets out. Can we trust you?" Maya hesitated, knowing the risks, but the faces of those impacted kept flashing in her mind. She nodded. The clock was ticking. The launch of Eyes Wide Open was just days away. Maya's involvement with the Vigilantes had begun, and the city's safety hung in the balance. But this time, it wasn't just about surveillance. It was about a fight for transparency, accountability, and the true meaning of safety. Maya's involvement with the Vigilantes deepened, and she found herself juggling two worlds. By day, she worked on Eyes Wide Open, pretending to push the system forward. By night, she fed information to the hacktivists, helping them prepare for the system's launch. The tension was suffocating. Every email, every meeting, every line of code felt like a gamble. If caught, she'd face charges of treason, espionage, or worse. The Vigilantes, it turned out, were more organized than Maya had imagined. They had insiders in key positions, and their plan was meticulous. On the eve of the system's launch, they would release a trove of documents exposing Eyes Wide Open's flaws, biases, and surveillance potential to the public. But there was a catch. They needed Maya to plant a backdoor in the system, allowing them to broadcast the evidence directly to the city's population in real time. Maya's doubts resurfaced. Was this the right move? Could she trust the Vigilantes? What if their actions caused chaos, or worse, put innocent lives at risk? The lines between right and wrong blurred further. Her contact Zero sensed her hesitation. "We're not about chaos," they said. "We're about stopping a system that'll control this city. You have the power to make a difference." The launch date loomed. Maya's hands trembled as she typed the final lines of code, embedding the backdoor. The system's servers were now ticking time bombs. But as she worked, she noticed something odd. Snippets of code she'd never seen before, hinting at another layer of surveillance within. Eyes wide open, a chill ran down her spine. Who else was watching? The night of the launch arrived, and the city pulsed with anticipation. Officials, media, and tech dignitaries gathered at City Hall to inaugurate Eyes Wide Open. Maya was there, a bundle of nerves, as the mayor flipped the switch. The system's dashboard flickered to life, scanning the city's streets, processing data in real time. But just as the crowd cheered, screens across the city flickered. The Vigilantes had triggered the back door. The evidence spilled onto public feeds, internal documents, biased algorithms, surveillance logs targeting minorities. Panic set in. Officials scrambled to shut the system down, but it was too late. The city's population erupted in protests, some cheering the leak, others demanding answers. Maya watched from the shadows, her phone buzzing with conflicting messages. Some hailed her a hero, others called her a traitor. Zero messaged her, "Get out. They're tracing the leak." Maya fled City Hall as police closed in. The city's streets turned chaotic. In the mayhem, she spotted a figure in the crowd, Tom, her project lead, staring at her. Had he seen her? The backlash began. Authorities blamed the Vigilantes for cyber terrorism. The public split. Some celebrated the exposure. Others feared for their safety without Eyes Wide Open. Maya went underground, her face plastered on news feeds as a suspect. But amidst the chaos, she realized the hidden cost of safety wasn't just about surveillance. It was about power. Who controlled the watchers? Maya's face was plastered on every news outlet, labeled a fugitive and a threat to national security. The government had framed the Vigilantes as a dangerous group, and she was their alleged accomplice. With every cop and AI-driven drone hunting her, Maya knew she had to disappear, fast. Zero arranged a safe house on the outskirts, a dingy apartment overlooking a rundown market. "Lay low," they said. "We'll handle the next move." But Maya couldn't shake the feeling that she was just a pawn. Who were the vigilantes, really? And what did they want beyond exposing Eyes Wide Open? The mysterious messages? The precision of their hacks. They seemed to know more than they let on. She scoured the leaked documents again, searching for clues. That's when she spotted it, a snippet of code embedded in the system's core, pointing to a secondary project, Project Shadow Cell. A chill ran down her spine. Shadow Cell was rumored to be a black site surveillance program, operating beyond oversight. If Eyes Wide Open was the visible threat, Shadow Cell was the darkness beneath. Maya realized the vigilantes hadn't stopped at exposing flaws. They'd used her to ignite a bigger fire. But to what end? Zero messaged, "Meet at midnight. We have proof of Shadow Cell." The real fight starts now. Maya hesitated. Trust or paranoia? The clock ticked. She decided to go, but this time she'd be ready. Maya arrived at the meet point, an abandoned warehouse on the city's docks. Zero was there, masked as usual, flanked by two hooded figures. "Welcome to the front lines," they said. Shadow Cell isn't just a program, it's the future of control. Governments and Core are funding it to monitor everything. Eyes Wide Open was just the test. Maya's mind raced. Shadow Cell explained the hidden code, the whispers of deeper surveillance. "Why involve me?" she asked. Zero stepped closer. "You have access. We need you to infiltrate Shadow Cell servers. The public needs proof." The plan was insane. Breach a secure facility, download classified data, and broadcast it globally. No margin for error. Maya's pulse thundered. "What's in it for you?" She pressed. Zero's voice shifted, almost human. "We want out, but we need leverage. Shadow Cell's endgame is total surveillance. No privacy, no freedom. You're our best shot." Maya weighed the risks. Exposure meant capture, maybe worse. But silence meant complicity. The faces of Ali, the artist, and others haunted her. She nodded. Zero handed her a custom device. "Tonight, midnight, don't fail." The hours ticked agonizingly slow. Maya's thoughts swirled. Success, capture, betrayal. At 11:45 p.m., she approached the Shadow Cell facility, a fortress in the industrial zone. Biometrics, drones, motion sensors. She'd studied the blueprints. Sweat glued her shirt as she bypassed the first checkpoint. The device hummed in her hand. Suddenly, alarms blared. A voice. "Maya Ali, you're surrounded." Had Zero set her up? The facility lights flooded. She sprinted for the server room, her only shot. Doors slammed shut. She was trapped. A screen flickered. "Welcome, Maya. You've proven resourceful. But this ends now." A face appeared. Tom, her project lead, a sinister grin spreading. "You were always part of the plan." Tom's grin widened as he leaned into the screen. "Shadow Cell's real purpose? Control. And you're the perfect pawn." Maya's mind spun. Tom was part of it. The doors creaked open, guards closing in. Panic surged. She yanked a wire, plunging the room into darkness. Adrenaline kicked in. She knew the layout. Crawling through vents, avoiding drones, she reached the server core. The device connected, downloading reams of data, Shadow Cell's secrets encrypted. Maya transmitted it to Zero's secure channel. "Got it," Zero said. "Get out now." But as she dropped to the floor, footsteps echoed, trapped. A voice distorted. "You think exposure matters? Shadow Cells everywhere. You're just a glitch." The room lit up, a mirrored chamber. Maya saw herself surrounded, Tom's voice whispering, "Safety has a price. You paid it." Suddenly, screens flickered. Zero's message burst through. "Release, Shadow Cell exposed." Global feed syncing, chaos erupted. Drones malfunctioned. Guards stumbled. The mirrored walls shattered. Maya shielded herself. When the dust settled, she was alone, device in hand. Tom's voice livid. "This isn't over." Maya emerged, blinking into daylight. Protests swelled, people demanding answers. News flashed, Shadow Cell exposed, governments implicated. Maya's eyes met. Zero's distant figure in the crowd nodded. The fight wasn't over. But this time, she wasn't alone. The aftermath of Shadow Cell's exposure rippled across the globe. Governments crumbled, tech giants scrambled to distance themselves. and citizens demanded accountability. Maya's face, once a wanted poster, became a symbol of resistance. But the cost was steep. Her identity was public. Her life forever changed. She went into witness protection. Her new reality, a blur of safe houses and closed-door meetings. Zero resurfaced, revealing their true identity. Lena, a brilliant hacker driven by her sister's wrongful imprisonment. Under a surveillance regime. "We did it," she said, eyes weary. "But at what cost?" Maya's thoughts echoed. The data they'd exposed sparked reforms, but also chaos. States pushed back, rolling out countermeasures. The line between safety and control blurred further. Maya testified in closed hearings, her voice steady. Shadow Cell was a symptom. The disease is our trust. The international community drafted the Prague Accord, limits on surveillance tech, oversight on AI, but doubts lingered. Who'd enforce it? Who'd watch the watchers? Lena handed Maya a chip, the last piece. Proof of Shadow Cell's global partners. A name burned, Orion Dynamics, a firm with ties to military intelligence circles. Maya's gut twisted. The cost of safety kept rising. The Prague Accord was signed amid protests and leaks. Some hailed it as progress. Others called it a farce. Maya's phone buzzed, an encrypted message. Orion's next. The shadows closed in. Safety's cost was eternal vigilance. Maya stared at the message, Orion's next, as the Prague Accord signing ceremony played on screens worldwide. The chip Lena gave her felt heavy, proof of corruption at the highest levels. Orion Dynamics, a name whispered in defense corridors, was moving in the shadows. If they adopted Shadow Cell's tech, no oversight would matter. In a secure room, Maya connected the chip to an isolated terminal. Data streamed, Orion's plans encrypted. A backdoor led her to a live feed, a high-stakes meeting in a Geneva bunker. Executives, generals, and politicians discussed full-spectrum dominance via surveillance. Maya's skin crawled. This was the cost of safety they'd warned about. Lena burst in, breathless. "They'll sanitize the servers. We need offline proof," Maya nodded. Together, they routed the feed to public platforms. Journalists, activists, blockchain nodes. The truth went viral. The backlash was seismic. Orion imploded, leaders arrested, and nations vowed reform. But Maya knew the cost of safety was a cycle. New Orions would rise. The Prague Accord's limits would bend. In a quiet cafe, Maya faced Lena. "Ends." Lena smiled grimly. "This is the start. Watch the watchers." Maya nodded. They parted ways, identities hidden, vigilance their shadow. The watchers watched. The cycle turned. The end